what would be the most ideal ship for Pyro? We could list every ship with excessive amount of fuel. This would mean most of the big ships could fill this role. Even any kind of medium ship or exploration ship could travel vast distances, thus being ideal for a system like Pyro. Yet what I'm looking for are the smaller and simpler ships, which could travel big distances for their size. Ideal, of course, would be the fighter-sized ships. First, let's set a proper distance of at least 100 million kilometers. This is still not that long of a distance, but significant enough for many ships not to have enough fuel to travel this. Basically, any ship with a full single unit of quantum fuel can fly this 100 million kilometer distance. Anything around this we can consider acceptable or perhaps even good for a smaller ship. Keep in mind there are some changes coming to quantum travel, so it might be possible to travel more or less with different types of quantum drives, because at the moment everything is pretty much on the same level. Okay then, the ships. Right off the bat we must exclude all of the dedicated light and medium fighters, like the Gladius, Arrow, Hornet, Chanticleer, and all the rest that are focused on combat, because all of these are the ships with firepower but not enough fuel to traverse vast distances. This will leave us mostly with starters and heavy fighters. Three of the better ships for traversing Pyro would be all of the cutters, the Rambler, the Scout, and Default. They don't have much firepower, only having 2 size 2 weapons, but have enough survivability to take some serious damage before going down. The Cutter Rambler having 1.5 units of quantum fuel, equaling to 150 million kilometers, while the Default and Scout being able to travel 100 million, making them both reasonably good options as small ships go. I would not really commit to combat with neither of these, as they are more of traveling ships and better used for movement between planets. Neither do they offer much cargo space. Another set of 2 ships would be Terrapins, because both are viable options. They are extremely durable, and it is their main advantage, since they lack firepower and have also 2 size 2 weapon slots, and both can travel 120 million kilometers having 1.2 units of quantum fuel. Terrapin Medic being even more useful, allowing access to tier 2 medbed, which will offer the imprinting option, thus being the best possible medbed in a ship. These two can take several times heavier beatings than the Cutters, as their health is closer to the Constellation series. Another newer option is the Crusader Intrepid. Small starter ship ideal for traveling in Pyro, having a single size 4 weapon slot but offering similar durability to the Cutter. Having a bit more firepower and being more maneuverable is always a good addition. It can also travel 120 million kilometers, making it pretty acceptable for a system like Pyro. It is still not near enough to the combat capabilities of a ship I would like to use. So now then, the Alien Katak Silent. Not really fan of the ship, but it does meet the criteria I would like for a small ship to have in this scenario. It has exactly enough fuel to travel 100 million kilometers. It comes with 3 size 3 weapon slots and similar durability to a light fighter. It can carry 6 cargo unit containers, all single units externally. Inside you actually have 2 floors and some nice accommodations. I think it is a bit big, perhaps a bit tall, but it meets the criteria of a ship I would like to use in Pyro. Only downfall really is its size. These were the best starters or near light fighter style ships. We also have a few heavy fighters capable of doing the same. A lot of them have the capability of 1.2 units of quantum fuel, equaling to 120 million kilometers. Crusader, Ares and Inferno being able to do double that at the moment. There are excluded couple of ships like the Hurricane and F8C which have less than 1 unit of quantum fuel. Possibly the Vanguard series will be one of the more ideal ones, since you can get some legroom inside. Plus you can choose from several different variants, all equaling in the same firepower preference. While there is also the upcoming Mirai Guardian that is a heavy fighter, possibly having the standard 120 million kilometer distance, and I believe 2 size 5 weapons, meaning business. Since it is coming out with 4.0, it is definitely meant for Pyro. So if you want a smaller ship to use in 4.0, these are probably the best options. Everything bigger is possibly of medium size, and probably will offer the meted criteria of 100 million kilometers distance. Most of the big ships should do just fine, but these were some of the smaller options. And keep in mind, there are many changes happening with 4.0, and this calculation of 1 unit of quantum fuel equaling 100 million kilometers can be totally pushed around depending on the quantum drive or what other changes they have in mind. At the moment, before the changes to quantum travel, these are my best suggestions for small ships for Pyro. Most ships of medium size should serve you well and travel the distance that you need in the system like Pyro. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.